Hey everybody, we've made it to 40. 40 movies from the Criterion Collection. And number 40 is one that surprised me because it's Armageddon by Michael Bay from the United States, 1998. Before we talk about Armageddon, let's go ahead. I want to do this every 20 episodes or so and just kind of look back, just a quick look at the statistics. Right, so 40 movies so far. We have watched movies from 10 different countries. I'm not going to list all 10. I will say the most we've seen is from the United States at 11. The runner-up is the United Kingdom at 8. So we are still English language centric now. Several countries we only have one from: Sweden, Australia, Germany, and Russia. So hopefully we will see more of those in the future. The most foreign film we have seen has been from Japan at 7, followed closely by France at 6. Eras of film, mostly the 1950s at 10 movies. We have one from the 1920s, 3 from the 40s, or 3 from the 30s, 3 from the 40s, 7 from the 60s, 6 from the 70s, 7 from the 80s, and 3 from the 90s. And then our list of directors, there's a lot of them. I'm not going to read off every director. So far, the most we have seen from a particular director is 3, and we have that from Hiroshi Inagaki, which was the Samurai Trilogy, and David Lean, who did, I believe he did the Titanic film About Last Night, I think it was called, and then he had the 2 Charles Dickens adaptations. There's a couple of 2s in here as well, but it's mostly one-offs. So those are our statistics so far. Armageddon. I am not going to come at you like a film snob about action movies. I'm not, or at least I'm going to try not to. There's a little bit's going to bleed through, but my approach to this whole Criterion Collection project is to not be a film snob about it, to not necessarily come at it from that angle. So this is very much what you picture when you think blockbuster action movie, for good or for ill. Plot twist you can see a mile away, but it does hit all the emotional beats. It has some comedy mixed in. It looks good. The special effects are actually pretty good. They're impressive. I like them. The story, in case you don't know, is a asteroid the size of Texas is going to impact the Earth. So they find a bunch of oil drillers to train to be astronauts, to send them to this asteroid so that they can drill a hole to put a nuclear bomb in to break the meteor in half so the 2 halves will go around Earth. That's the plot. And of course there's a lot of fish out of water comedy, as these people aren't really meant to be astronauts. Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler. Ben Affleck actually asked the director, hey, how come it's supposed to be easier to train drillers to be astronauts instead of training astronauts to be drillers? And Michael Bay said, shut the hell up. Siskel and Ebert, famous film reviewers from back in the day, reviewed this movie and were split on it. Gene Siskel liked it, gave it a thumbs up. Roger Ebert hated it, gave it a thumbs down. Roger Ebert's argument for why it was a terrible experience, see, I would argue he was coming at it as a film snob because he kind of misses the point. His argument against it being good is that the editing is so rapid fire that you don't have time to breathe. He equated it to like the film editor was basically a machine gun set to on. But that's what an action movie should be. That is appropriate for the genre. If anything, he is recommending this movie in its context with that comment. Because it is rapid fire editing, which is good. It fits the tone. It's a good fit. This is a good action movie, right? It doesn't have as much depth as a lot of the other stuff that we've seen in the Criterion Collection. But if the idea was for this to be kind of like an archetype or a gold standard of action films, this nails it. I mean, this is it. You have shown us what an action movie is. It's in here. I don't have a lot to laud it for. I don't have a lot to complain about it for. It is what it is. And you all know what it is. So maybe I will stop trying to drag this out. Our next film is from the United Kingdom. We're sticking with English language for a little while here. Directed by Laurence Olivier in 1944, it is Henry V. Following that is one of the most interesting things on the Criterion Collection, and I can't wait to find out why it's on here. So there's that to look forward to. But next time, Henry V. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being a part of my journey. I'll see you guys next time.